girls, Kaylee here. So today's hairstyle was inspired by Middleton, and I want to stress the inspired part. I changed a couple elements around so it's not exact to the original hairstyle, but it is a lot easier than the original hairstyle, so most of you guys will be able to do it. And I just really wanted to do that because it's such a pretty hairstyle, and I just see so many people loving this hairstyle, and I want a lot of people to be able to do it, so that's why I decided to do that. I hope you guys like it. It's so feminine and just pretty, so I hope you guys like it. Give it a try, like this video, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye! The first step is to section. It's the most important part of any updo. Start by sectioning your hair from the temples up on either side, and make sure that those are the same height on both sides. Then connect the two sections in the back, creating a third section, which is going to basically be from the crown of your head, kind of the occipital bone almost up. And then make a little triangular section going from the corners of that first section or the center section to the nape of your neck and making a little triangle. And then go ahead and secure that out of the way. Okay, number 2 is to bump it. Now this is an intense bump, just let me tell you. You're going to let that center down, and you're going to start at the top and go down in sections. I did it in 1-inch sections just to get a nice bit of volume. And for that first one, you're going to tease it and then smooth it down. And then take another inch down and tease that. And make sure you're going down the hair shaft. You want to have a good 3 inches of teasing so you get a lot of volume. Now if you have really thick hair, you can do less than that. But for my hair, I had to do that much. So let it all down and smooth it out and kind of gather it all and push the bump up and crisscross your pins to hold it in place. Now we're going to repeat that with the sides. You're going to let both sides down, separate out the back half of one side, tease it, smooth it, and pull it around the side of the bump we just made. What I did to add a little bit of texture to the style was to twist these. You don't have to, I just thought it looked nice, especially, again, because my hair is thin. If you have thicker hair, you might be able to skip that step, but I just thought it was a pretty step to add. So now you're going to take the other side down and tease it and smooth it and pin it into place. Make sure that you're pinning all these pins together, because the more you interlock your pins, the better this hairstyle is going to stay. It's one that can last all night if you really pin it right. Now you can take your last section down, tease it, and smooth it, and pin it over everything we've already done. And every time you pin, you want to overlap over everything we already did to kind of cover the seams of what we did before. Make sure you like how this bump looks, because we're not coming back to it. Whatever you finish within this step is what you get in the finished product. So you want to make sure that you like it. And now we're going to move on to step number 3, which is a twisty bun. This is a nice little way to cheat and get the cute little bun that she had. What you're going to do is take your hair and just lightly tease it to add a little bit of texture. Then you're going to twist it loosely and wrap it into an oval shaped bun, and then pin it in place. Off camera, I actually took little tiny pieces, like I pulled little 1/2-inch pieces and just pulled on them after I had the hair in the bun to create a less bun-like looking shape, and it made it look a little bit more like the original style. So you can do that if you feel like your bun looks a little bit too much like a bun. Step number 4, and the last step, is to braid. You're going to do a Dutch braid incorporating only hair from the bottom. If you need help with Dutch braiding, I have a tutorial on it, but if you really just don't even want to try, you can actually just do a normal braid for these sections and it will be just fine. And once you finish the end of that braid, you're just going to secure it with a small band. You can check in the description box for a link to my braid encyclopedia. It will be helpful for those of you guys who don't know how to Dutch braid, because it can be a little bit tricky. Basically, you're just going to braid down both of those sections and secure them at the end, and then loosen them up. If you have thinner hair and you want a little bit more bulk, you can do what I'm doing here. It makes the braids appear a little bit bigger, like you have a little more hair. Then you can crisscross both braids over the top of the bun and pin them into place. For a really secure style, you can pin into the pins that you already did in the bun and in the bump, and it will hold them really, really well. Last, to get rid of the ends of our braids, you're going to pin the braid into the bun and then take the band off, and that little bobby pin is actually going to hold the braid so that it doesn't unravel. And that's a kind of nice little way to do that. So do that on both sides, and then what I did to make my bun look a little bit bigger and a little different was to actually twist the the ends into loops and pin those against my head. And if this seems a little tricky, or any of the bobby pinning things that I mentioned are seeming tricky, you can check out my bobby pinning tutorial, which is also going to be linked in the description box for you guys. Now if you have short hair and your hair is not long enough to do this step, you can just skip it. This is something that I added for those of you guys who have extra hair to play with. It's something that you can do to kind of get it out of the way. And that is it. You have your pretty little Kate Middleton updo. I do really like this. I like how pretty and feminine it is, and I think it's pretty fun to try out, so I hope you guys give it a whirl and see how it works for you. Now at the end here I have some more videos linked. These are just some more pretty updos that I thought were reminiscent of the style that we did today. Hope you guys like it and try it out, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!